me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. Hey, Nancy, 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what happens on Dear Father Al, I'll take all your problems that you send to me, email, text, voice message, whatever. You send them to me and I'll take them, jot them all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. Today is Saturday, April 15th. The year is flying by. April 15th, episode number 31. So if this is the first time that you are watching the show, what I do is I receive your emails, your letters, text messages, and whatnot. I receive those, and then I read them off and reply back with a common sense solution. If by chance, if you are experiencing something similar to what I'm talking about while I'm reading the content off, go ahead and type in your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So far live on the chat line, I've got Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Love you, love you, love you. Smooches, smooches, smooches. All right, so you can contact me, Father Al, 24 hours a day. The telephone number you can reach me is area code 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. You can also, hey Paula, so you can also email me. The email address is contactfatheral@gmail.com. Again, contactfatheral@gmail.com. On the subject line, go ahead and write Dear Father Al, and in the body of the message, give me about 500 words or less. And again, what I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. Our social media handle is Dear Father Al. Again, that's Dear Father Al is our social media handle that applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible, and definitely click that subscribe button. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the letter that I received last week. So again, so far live, I've got Nancy and I've got Paula. Love you too, ladies. Smooches, smooches, smooches. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the letter that I received last week. I'm looking forward to getting some additional feedback from those who are viewing, some content that I can read off. That's always good. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the letter that I received last week. Okay, so the letter I received last week, it says, Dear Father Al, what are your views on a younger man marrying a woman his senior? And my interpretation is his senior, a woman that is older than the younger man, obviously. So it's signed Boulder for Boulder. That's what they write. Boulder for the older. So females, especially females, would you, just a sidebar, would you marry a younger male? How big of an age gap would you accept? And have you married someone younger? So please add your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. So I will reply to Boulder for the older in a few seconds. So again, so far live, I've got Paula and I've got Nancy. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if we have some older males that are out there and you've married some significantly younger females, add your comments in the chat line. Couples, however you set up, add your comments in the chat line and let us know if you would marry someone older, younger than you are. What's the age gap? Let me know. So you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, and Advice Column, broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope, of friends, family, loved ones, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to help you move forward in life, to help you move on. Again, take my advice and live a better life. So this is what I have for Bolder for the Older. And it's a pretty extensive response. So again, feel free to add your comments in the chat line. And once I'm done reading off my response, I will read off what you have typed into the chat line. All right, so this is what I have for Bolder for the Older. All right, so it says, Dear Bolder for the Older, assuming the best of circumstances, great attraction, similar interest, physical compatibility, emotional maturity, I see nothing against it, provided the younger male is able to accurately judge the real difference in their ages, as they will exist for most of their lives. To a male of 21, a female of 26 may seem pleasingly mature, but, there's always a but those same 5 years can feel like a gap of nearly a generation by the time the male reaches his late 30s or early 40s. It is stated that females mature more rapidly than males, even though they tend to live longer, and this fact can cause problems for a couple of even the same age when they marry too young. My guess is that the females in their early 20s have reached full maturity and are the person they will be for the rest of their lives. Not so with most males. A male at 20 may be completely, I can speak for myself, maybe a completely different person, different emotions, different tastes, different interests than the same male at 30. The mate of whatever age he chooses in his early 20s may be completely different from the mate he chooses or would choose 10 years later. In addition, whatever differences may exist between the average male and female aged 20, the differences are considerably greater when they are both 40. And there is the issue of sex. There's always that issue. The issue of sex. The marriage may start out hot and heavy, you're climbing all over each other every opportunity you get. But it will likely change. The libido of the older mate may drop significantly. Can you imagine being in a sexless marriage for 5, 10 years after being hot and heavy for the first year? The older mate may become ill and the desire for intercourse may fade. What are you going to do then? All right? If the couple stays together during that whole ordeal where the intercourse is just darn near non-existent, it will truly test the patience of the younger mate. It will also take their relationship from hot and heavy to a more deep and emotional level of caring and companionship. Best wishes to those willing to take that emotional journey. So, if by chance, if you're experiencing something like that now, you know someone who's experienced something like that, or you've dealt with it in the past, please add your comments in the chat line and I will read those off as well. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. One of the things that I will, freely say that I have always, not always, but I've got this thing for females, a sizable gap older, or even older in general, than me. So that is my thing, if you will. So I can relate to Boulder for the older. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible, and definitely click that subscribe button. In the description, you're going to see a few links. The first link you're going to see in the description is the Friend of the Father Partner link. And when you click that link, what that will do is that will take you to a PayPal page. And when you get to the PayPal page, you're going to see a few drop-down options. The first set of drop-down options you're going to see is the Friend of the Father Partner Program. And Friend of the Father Partner Program, that is a program that we created to help keep the program alive. And when you donate to the Friend of the Father Partner Program, what we'll do is we'll take your funds and apply them to the software upgrade for the streaming software service that we're using. We're using a software called vMix. vMix is not paying me to say that, but we're using a software called vMix. And when you donate funds to the Friend of the Father Partner Program, we're still collecting funds. So once we get our $300 to upgrade, we'll apply that, and that will add some more interactivity to the broadcast. So that is what the Friend of the Father Partner Program is about. The other program that you'll see in the drop-down set is the Living Legacy Program. The Living Legacy Program, that is a program that we created where we'll take donated mobile devices, laptops, notebooks, Samsung Galaxy Notes. We take those and we refurbish them and then bring them back to factory reset. And then what we do is we donate them to senior citizens 65 years and older with no income requirements. So if you're a senior 65 years and older, or if you know a senior 65 years and older that needs a mobile device, hey, we've got a bunch of stuff in the back and I'm hopeful we can help you out. The reason why we chose the Samsung Galaxy Notes is because the Samsung Galaxy Notes come with a built-in stylus. And oftentimes the seniors have frail hands and they need some additional assistance. So they can pull out the stylus and they can navigate, help navigate the mobile device with that stylus. So that's the beauty of the Samsung Galaxy Note. Samsung is not paying me to say that. So that's why we chose the Samsung Galaxy Note. If you choose to donate one of the Samsung Galaxy Notes, we'll take the real legacy ones, the version 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We will take those, but please keep in mind if you donate one of those versions, those cannot be used as a mobile phone. They can be used as a mini Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi connected tablet where they can take it to the grocery store, take them to the library, and connect to the free Wi-Fi and surf the internet that way. But because of the older technology, they cannot be used as a mobile phone. The newer ones, the 9 and forward, those can be used as a phone as well as a tablet. We'll take either, but keep that in mind if you decide to donate one or the other. So that is the difference between the two. The other thing that you're going to see referenced in the drop-down set, you're going to see a reference to the open and private donations. Open, that is where we'll tell any and everybody who donated, how much they donated. Private, that is where we'll keep who donated confidential. If you want to donate financially to the Living Legacy program, what we'll do is we'll take your content, your funds, and we will buy additional accessories for the senior citizens. We'll purchase phone cases, laptop cases, external mics, external keyboards, so that is where the funds will go if you decide to donate financially to the Living Legacy program. The other link you're going to see in the description is the Father Al wish list. Okay? The Father Al wish list, when you click that link, what that will do is that will take you to an Amazon.com page. And on the Amazon.com page, you're going to click it, and you're going to see all kind of cool accessories, golf accessories, cigar accessories. So if you see something you want to send to me, you want to share your love for me helping you out, even in some small way, hey, go ahead and click the link, and it will drop ship some stuff to me. Often, people will send me very fine cigars. So if you want to send a cigar to me, this one's holding on, starting to fray a bit, but if you want to send a real nice cigar to me, Father Al, for helping you out, again, even in some small way, drop ship cigar to me. Go to your favorite cigar website, go to cigar brick and mortar store, and have a cigar drop ship to me. Please keep in mind, if you're going to do that, call me, text me, email me to let me know, hey, Father Al, I'm sending some stuff to you. That way, when the concierge contacts me downstairs and say, hey, Father Al, we've got some stuff, a package, downstairs for you, I will know what the package is. So that's the beauty of that. So you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope of friends, family, loved ones, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to provide a common sense solution to you. Again, take my advice and live a better life. Contact me 24 hours a day. Telephone number 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. One more time, 623-764-8893. You can also send an email to me. The email address is contactfatheral@gmail.com. On the subject line, go ahead and write Dear Father Al. In the body of the message, give me about 500 words or less, and then what I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. Today is Saturday, April 15th, episode number 31. So again, so far live on the chat line, I've got Paula and I've got Nancy. Love you too, love you too, love you too. Smooches, smooches, smooches. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the next letter that I've got. Again, if by chance you're familiar with someone, or you personally experienced the issue that bolder for the older is, you've married someone, whether you married someone older or you married someone younger, please add your comments, type your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our social media handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al is our social media handle that applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible, and definitely click that subscribe button. All right, so let's go ahead and roll forward with the next letter that I received. Again, thank you, Nancy, and thank you, Paula, for chiming in. All right, so the next one I've got, it says, all right, this one says, Dear Father Al, any opinion on wedding bands for men? I can contend they have a hen-pecked air about them. A friend maintains that I should be proud to wear one. That is, if I am happily married. I am, but I think a ring on the finger is like having a ring through the nose. Signed, Ringer. All right, Ringer, I will reply back to you shortly. So, if by chance, if you or your partner does or does not wear rings, especially if you do not, if you're married and you're not wearing a wedding ring, please add your comments in the chat line to let us know why you've opted not to wear your wedding ring. It's just you're allergic to metal. I've heard stuff like that where one or more of the partners says, hey, I'm allergic to metal, whatever. Also, if you work with your hands, you're doing a lot of technical stuff, and you're worried that your ring is going to get knocked around, your finger is going to get caught, your ring's going to get caught in the equipment that you're using. You're worried that because you've worked in a real sketchy neighborhood, you're worried that someone's going to cut your finger off and steal it, whatever. Add your comments in the chat line and let us know why you've chosen not to wear your wedding band every day, in the shower, whatever. Add your comments in the chat line and let us know your input on that. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, and Advice Column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is what I have for Ringer. All right, Dear Ringer, the wearing of a wedding ring is largely a matter of personal taste, in my opinion. If the mate wears it to keep out of trouble away from home, there is a more deep-rooted issue which should be addressed. Is that person so lustful that one thinks wearing a wedding band helps him stay on the straight and narrow? If doing so works, best wishes. I have my doubts. So, if you're married and you cat around, you're thinking about catting around, does wearing a wedding band really keep you on, as a reminder? Okay, well, I can't cat around. Thank you for that reminder, oh, handy dandy wedding band. Really. So that's just my take. So you're here with me, Father Al. Let us know what your comments are about not wearing a wedding band. Add your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. We're probably going to cut it a bit short. So you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, and Advice Column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope of friends, family, loved ones, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to provide a common sense solution, take my advice, and live a better life. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible, and definitely click that subscribe button. Our social media handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al is our social media handle that applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So let's go ahead and continue on with the very last one. So far I've got Nancy and I've got Paula on the live line. Love you too, love you too, love you too. Smooches, smooches, smooches. All right, so this is the last one that I've got. So this one says, Dear Father Al, I'm engaged to a guy who's good looking, intelligent, and quite passionate. Good. And intimate for more than a year, and we find ourselves physically compatible. Good. The problem, there's always a problem. The problem is we often disagree, sometimes quite violently, over relatively small matters. Our latest, for instance, was provoked by the question of where we were going to sit at the movie theater. That kind of reminded me of, who's going to drive? Going on a road trip. Who's going to drive? Who's not going to drive? Stereo, no stereo, windows up, windows down, AC, icy cold, AC off, sunroof open, sunroof closed. That kind of, how often are you going to go pee or not? And as a sidebar, before I continue with this, my advice, if you're dating someone, you're thinking about a further long-term relationship with this person, take a road trip. A short road trip, maybe an hour-ish one way with that person. And if the two of you can survive without killing each other, one way, 100-mile trip, destination 100 miles one way and 100 miles back without killing each other, you've got some hope. Because when you're doing that trip, okay, who's going to drive, who's not going to drive, how fast, how slow the person's going to drive, does the driver control the stereo or not, AC, no AC, windows up, windows down, all that stuff. You'll be able, and being in any confined quarters while you're driving. Who's going to drive, who's not going to drive. All that stuff is locked in when you're doing a short road trip. So take a short road trip with someone that you're dating, and if the two of you can survive that 100-mile up, 100 miles back without killing the person, without just going nuts, you have at least a hair of a chance and continuing on with the long distance, an ongoing relationship with that person. All right, so we're going to hop back to the letter. So they were having an issue about sitting at the movie theater. All right, so the letter continues and says, the result was that we gave each other the silent treatment for most of the evening, then finally patched things up. Some people like drama. You want to scream and you want to argue, and just the whole makeup, makeup sex, stuff like that. This whole makeup thing is what some people really enjoy. High drama, and then the whole tension of making up. Some people thrive on that. So keep that in mind. All right, so again, after this one, they finally patched things up after doing the whole silent treatment afterwards. Also says, a friend of mine whose opinion I respect questions the wisdom of our projected marriage. Do you think we can make it work? Signed, hot-blooded couple. All right, hot-blooded couple, I will reply back to you next week. So if by chance, if you know a couple that are they've been together for, seem like forever, but they're constantly just going back at each other, and some people really thrive on drama. Not my thing, but some people really thrive on drama. So if by chance that's you, or your partner, or friend, family, loved one, add your comments in the chat line, and I'll read those off as well. So we've got about 45 seconds or so. So again, add your comments in the chat line. If that's you, if that's someone that you know, family, friend, loved ones, whatever, add those comments in the chat line. If not, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, and Advice Column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope of friends, family, loved ones, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al. And until next week, go in peace.